Good evening and welcome to Booger's Basement tonight, you dorks and dorkettes. What's Booger doing today? Well, he's gonna see if it really pays when you buy a used graphics card. If it's dirty, see if it pays any to take it all apart and clean it up. I mean, this heavy duty GTX 570, it's a very powerful card. It consumes like 200 watts. So it's going to be trying to get rid of that heat. And when they're this hairy like this, you never know what could happen. So what I'm going to do is get a baseline for the test with this GTX 570 hairy duty graphics card. We're going to put her in Old Ugly here. Old Ugly is in a PVA case that I found at the local thrift stores. We'll just call her Old Ugly. It's a custom Core i5 desktop PC. I got it as is for $24. It posts the BIOS. It's got an i5 2500, 8 gigabytes of DDR3. That's some high performance stuff. Of course, their 500 watt power supply, and it has no hard drive. I got one of them laying over there. But we're gonna put her in Old Ugly here and put it on like a graphics, like a 3D Mark benchmark, and let it run for quite a few loops. I think I'll set it for a timer to run for like 40 minutes. So we're running for 40 minutes and then check to see where our temperature is at. And after that, I'm going to stop the test, pull the card out, clean it all up, put it back together, put it back in, and run it the same way. So when we get there, we'll find out. And I'll probably also just do a separate video on how we can all learn together on how to take this apart and repaste it and pad it if it's even got pads. Stay tuned in the same Booger dungeon at the same Booger time, whenever the hell he feels like making a video. Well, it's that time anyways, so we'll do it anyways. We'll take the old GTX 570 here and slap it in this Old Ugly computer. I didn't even clean it out yet. It's still got all this stuff and surprises inside, like corner dust, belly button lint, dusty fans. You see all that dust on there? Let's get some light on there so you can see that. Look at all the dust on there. Look. Dirty. So heavily dusted graphics card will feel just at home in Old Ugly here. So take it, always carefully put it in the proper slot. You smack it, flip it, line it up, and push it down until it goes snap, crackle, pops. And then you find the screw that you took out and put it back in there. Supposed to have two, but I only got one. I don't think it'll affect, it'll come with the test. So then we are off. I need the hard drive, and I don't know what hard drive to use, but I use one of them. How do you guys keep track of all your hard drives? Why not I just have one? I don't know which one to use. It's either this one. It's the 2 micron ones. I think it's that one. I don't know how to keep them all separate. I have trouble with my organizational skills and communication skills. But I can test a mean computer. In goes the ooh, we better plug in that high performance fan. Where'd it go? That's right. We're gonna plug this bad boy into some Molex power. Back in the day. I suppose it would help if I plugged the graphics card in too. Good, big dummy. Where's my other graphics card power? Action. Where's my other PCIe? 2 6-pins on this hog. Sure does suck a lot of power for being an old card. We need Molex for fan on this high performance machine. And these always plug in real nice. They're not. So off to tester land we go. What did I say? 40 minutes? 40 minutes of a stress test. Or I'll do 2 loops of 20, whatever comes first. Or, I don't know, we'll see. It'll be a long time. So this is the first baseline test of the card. One of the things I noticed right away that kind of weird. Notice the GPU usage isn't 100%, and then also I got nothing showing for wattage up there for the card. I don't know if that's older because it's an older card platform. That's not showing up there, but it's weird that it's not using 100% of the card. It should be pinned pretty much. That was one strange thing. And then here at the end, you'll see the FPS loops. It starts at like, well, you won't be able to see the numbers. You might be able, but it started out about 50 FPS. And then you'll see the FPS loops just drop, and keep on dropping the longer it goes. So that's what I noticed on the first test here. Temps 66C, not horrible for, how dirty the cooler was. But 66C ain't nothing. That it shouldn't be thermal throttling at all, so it should be all right. So here we are back in the stress testing. This is the 20th loop again. Same thing here. Well, temps are down. It was 66C before. Now we're down to 58C. It's still not giving me 100% of the card. The wattage still ain't showing. Of course, I didn't think it would change. I mean, it should have popped in my head on that first run to not even bother, but thinking, well, maybe some of them thermal pads weren't working as great. That's why it was dropping frame rates. But apparently, that wasn't an issue after rebuilding it, repasting it, wasting my time wasting the thermal pads. They aren't the most expensive thing in the world, but to put them on a card that you ain't going to use anymore and now they're mushed. But if anybody wanted to know, they were I think they were 1 millimeter. I think I used the 1 millimeter pads on everything. But yeah, it's my next step was to try it in a different computer with a different power supply, because the power supply was only a 500-watt power supply and the card's supposed to have a 550-watt power supply. So I took it out and put it in my T3610 with a 825-watt power supply in it, and I'll show you the result. So here it is, the T3610. Same crap, different computer. I don't know. It's a mystery to me because I don't understand. I'm new to this, but I was thinking capacitors, but then I asked some questions. It's more likely the VRM is failing or getting old. Apparently, the silicone degrades. Could be lots of things. I don't know. It ain't worth it for a $10 card. It's neat if it works to mess around with it, but otherwise it's not cost effective. Trash, brother. So in conclusion here, what did I learn from this graphics card? Well, I learned, for one, first thing to do when you get it is stress test it. Run a stress test with 20 marks and make sure it's even worth wasting the thermal pads on and your time breaking it down and repasting it and putting the pads in it. I should have known right away in that first test that I did that I seen it drop. Shouldn't have known. This is the second time that's happened with a card. The other one I just sent it back to the person that shipped it to me. I bought one off of eBay, did the same thing. It would slowly lose frames in each loop. It would progressively slope down. That was a GTX 555. That was a factory Dell card that I kind of wanted. But I know it's another card that ain't got no power, but I'm just trying to collect them. But seeing how I bought that one off of eBay, I just sent it back. This one I got in with my package deal the other day for $50, which out of that I got another graphics card I can put up on the wall of looks pretty, but it don't do anything. Along with my 6650 XT that I had one drip of water fall off of one of the joists down here, went right in the graphics card and popped my new card. And then also a 980 classified GeoForce GTX 980. I think it was a TI classified card that I got local. That one, it displays, but drivers won't load. It artifacts, blah blah blah. But yeah, if I do, I'm gonna first do a stress test on my cards. If it don't pass the stress test with more than whatever I think it is, 97 or 96, it really, I don't know. Well, that that don't matter so much as it losing frames. I don't know what's causing losing frames. Of course, you go ask online and all these groups with all these electrical guys, and right away they'll tell you all the stuff you could Google yourself. That, oh yeah, the card's dirty. That's thermal throttling. There ain't no thermal issues other than that I can't see being monitored. Everything that I shown on MSI says the card's happy. I'm not completely happy, but the temperatures were within its readings. I even went so far as trying undervolting it, playing with memory speeds, dropping memory speeds. When I undervolted it, basically it ran at on the 12 frames, and it would just stay there. I mean, you're basically doing the same thing. You're underpowering it because for some reason something's telling it on board somewhere to either underpower or it's just can't put out the power. So at the end of the day, it wasted my, really ain't a waste of time. It kept me busy. I got to learn how to do the paste and pads on a GTX 570. Now if I get another one, I got parts. Or you never know when you're going to need a fan or something, and this fan might fit in another graphics card or even a cooler. I could botch that cooler onto something and Frankenstein it. And you know, he's good for parts, the screws. And stuff like that. So all in all, I learned stress test it first. If it loses frames, don't even bother with it. You ain't gonna be able to fix it. I'm sure there's people that can fix it, like that Northwest Repair, but it ain't. He charges so much, and he ain't doing that for funsies. Maybe, I mean, he's doing it for fun, but he's getting paid for it too. So, and I'm not that smart on electrical crap. I can replace parts and troubleshoot a little, but I don't as far as seeing them guys bust out all their scopes and checking graphs and shit with their little electrical readout shit. I'm not very good at it. This is pretty shitty, boring fucking... What the fuck was that? It was fun making this. Whatever. Click like. Don't subscribe. Do subscribe. Laugh at me if you want. I don't care. I'm out.